Why do you work? Here I have two similar packages. One is the very reason you should go to work, whatever it is that you do. The other one is not. Can you guess which one? Note your guess, don't cheat. Let's open the first one. Most people work either for rewards or for recognition. Rewards are like salary or other compensation. Recognition is, for example, a thank you from the boss, or fame on social media. Employee of the month. So are those good reasons to work? Money and recognition, rich and famous, is good, right? Wrong. It's a trap. If the reason you go to work is the salary, you will always follow, always come running after the boss. You will never lead, never walk in front, never risk that handout being withdrawn. If the reason you go to work is the recognition, being popular, you will always take the easy route, always float downstream like dead fish. You will never drive change, because that is unpopular, because people don't like change. Leadership is almost always about creating change in some way. This package here is recognition from YouTube. It says CTO LARSSON here. It's nice, thank you. But this package has sat here for 2 months now and I haven't even opened it, because it's not the reason I go to work. The reason why you should work is described in this second package. But first I need to share something else, which is the third key to success. In Sweden in August we traditionally eat 2 things. And one is a fermented fish called surstromming. There will be a lesson at the end of this, so bear with me. This is how it looks when American influencers try surstromming.
I don't... Oh God!
And Irish people. German army guys. The British. Toughest guy so far. Now let's explore how it looks when we eat surströmming here in Sweden.
No, now it's good. Now it's cool.
So it smells a little different. Yeah, it's nothing. It smells good.
Too many beers.
The surströmming is usually enjoyed with beer and snaps. For each of the snaps, you need to drink a song.
I'm thankful for that.
It comes very quickly. You get used to the smell. It doesn't. You take tunnbröd, half of it. You put on butter, potatoes, tomatoes, onion and tomatoes, and gräddfil, onion grass, some pieces of surströmming.
There we go.
And then you eat. Helan går, sjung hopp för la 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 lej. Helan går, helan går. Oj! Oj!
Yeah, it's good.
I survive. You need a sausage now.
See, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Tough.
It's good. Yeah. I think people are weak who cannot handle this. It is not. That's good.
Mina blickar går mot taket. Halleluja, 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 halleluja. Marcus spelar på gitarren, han spelar på sitt hand. Jag vet inte mer. Jo! Och mera öl!
Så gott! Men det här är gott.
Jag ska äta bara för
Did you taste the bear one?
It's good.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
It's good. Yeah, it's no problem.
No, really? Oh my god, you're hardcore.
Yes, seriously, it's no problem. Everyone, it's okay.
I try a bigger one.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's not that bad. If you have to pay your mind.
Den fryser varm, den då känn hur härligt du mår. Skål!
Toughen up. You know, in Sweden we have a city called Westeros.
And when you're done talking, down on your knees.
The lesson here is toughen up a little. If you go to work and complain it's hard, well, that's good. Work isn't supposed to be easy, because if it's easy, everyone can do it. Seek out the difficult tasks and toughen up to get through them. Now what about this second package? This for me represents the reason to go to work. It's a teardown of the first iPhone. This was in 2007. I was the responsible product manager for the mobile data technology on the network side at Ericsson, which made it possible to build the device. This was too long ago for some of you to remember. It's 15 years ago now, and it was 2G. Now young people think that the E that appears here on the phone sometimes means error, but then it was 2G Edge, as in bleeding edge. At that point, in 2007, I had worked on that GPRS Edge for almost 10 years already, including programming the first working implementation of that protocol, RLC MAC, which is still used today in 5G, of course in an improved version. I found key problems with it and highlighted them to our standardization body, which I think was the difference between that would never have worked and actually working. I then moved on to lead the integration with all the other network vendors. At the time it was Nokia, Motorola, Nortel, Siemens, and Alcatel and others. If I hadn't succeeded, the smartphone would never have become an industry. Of course, I wasn't doing 2G alone. It was a giant industry undertaking with thousands of people involved. But then, in 2006 or something, I was the responsible product manager, and I still remember the meeting when we decided that we won't try to compete with data access for laptops, and instead try to make the best solutions for phones. That was controversial at the time, because we had a whole division building SIM data modules for laptops. But I felt that Wi-Fi was already doing that quite well. But most people didn't think that we would ever do anything serious on our phones, because the phones were frankly quite bad. But I felt it was possible. I felt someone would take this incredible technology we had created and do something truly great. Then, in 2007, Steve Jobs did it.
And we are calling it iPhone.
Before their launch, we on the network side, of course, we integrated and tested the iPhone together with Apple to make sure that it worked. And then they launched it. And almost no one bought it. But they kept improving it, and we kept improving the network side to 3G and 4G and 5G. And Apple kept improving the iPhone, and others copied Apple and built cheaper versions of the same idea. Today, almost everyone in the world uses this technology, and it's arguably the biggest tech of all time. What all that gave me are two things. Growth. I grew tremendously as a person and professionally. And number two, I got to be of use to others. In fact, billions of others, which I couldn't, of course, in my wildest dreams imagine. Those are the two reasons you should go to work. To grow in your skill, in your mastery. to be of use, serve your customers, help others. You can have salary and you can appreciate it. You can appreciate the thank you from the boss or even celebrate the reward, but you must not make it the reason you work. Do you understand the difference? I bring those ethos with me here on the channel. I'm not here for rewards and recognition. I'm here to grow, to master blockchain technology and investment analysis, and I'm here to be of use to you. So what about Bitcoin price? Well, guys, LARSSON line remains down. It's been down since 49,000 in December last year. Apart from that short flip in April where we got stopped out almost immediately at the same level. And now nothing has changed. This summer rally wasn't enough to flip the trend back up. There is no gold flip here. It's hard to stick to one strategy for a very long time, but that's what we need to do. If we want any chance of consistent success, we have to follow our own plan as a bare minimum. So when will the bottom be? I know precisely when the bottom will be. It's when the last bull is convinced that we're going lower. And that's not just a saying, because when the last person is convinced that we're going further down, the last person who might sell has already sold. It certainly feels closer to that now. I don't see a single person on Twitter today who is bullish. Not one. But I can't enter against the trend unless there is some key defined chart construction that at least sets me up for a gamble entry where I have a clear tight invalidation level. There is no such thing here. So I'm just going to wait. And for you, maybe use the time instead to improve your craft, to grow, to toughen up, to be of use to others. If you want to move to a more systematic approach in your trading, I'm sharing my process and my toolset with LARSSON line and so on in my course. If you like my process, go to www.ctolarsson.com and press course and indicator. Currently discounted if you're paying with Bitcoin because I haven't adjusted the price back. I'll do that tomorrow in 24 hours, so if you've thought about getting it, now could be a good time. I'm no oracle, I can't predict the market for you. I wish I could, but I can teach. There are no get-rich schemes, but there are get-rich slow schemes. They just need work from you, consistency, perseverance. They are hard, so toughen up, do the work, and please subscribe. Thank you, tack. CTO Larsson out. Hej då!